Hello, welcome. Today I have another ink sample review for you. This one is called Tides of Midas and it is by Ferris Press. And I believe it has some shimmer in there, so I'm going to be shaking this up. And this is a color that I saw on the Ferris Press website, and I went back and forth about. I almost bought it several times, and then I thought, well, I have already a blue, and I don't know if I want this one or not, but then I did, but then I didn't. So I decided finally I would get a sample and see what I thought about the color in person. And if I do like it, then I will go back and get a full-size bottle. So I'm sure I will like it. That's never a problem. But when you have a lot of inks that are close to being close enough, similar enough, you sometimes don't need the slightly more differenter blue, but sometimes you do. Sometimes it's a beautiful color and you just, maybe that's the perfect one. You never know. It's by Ferris Press. Okay. And this is, whoopsie. This is how it looks so far. I'm going to set it under a fan. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back with some copy paper. We're just going to put the cap on here and shake it because it was, as I said, it's supposed to have shimmers, and if it has shimmers, then we need to make sure to shake the bottle. And the reason I test this out on copy paper is because sometimes all you have is some inexpensive paper handy. Maybe you're at work or at school and you just want to know if this ink is going to behave well. So this will hopefully give us the answer. All right, Tides of Midas, and this is copy paper, and so far it's looking pretty good. It's a nice even blue. I'm going to set that aside to dry, and that color by itself looks like it would be a good work safe color. Now I don't know with the shimmers if that's the case, but depends on how heavy the shimmer is. Usually Ferris Press is pretty good about putting a lot of shimmer in their colors, so we'll see. And then here is some HP 32 paper. HP 32 is copy paper, but it has a smooth finish on it, and the inks will sometimes show off their nice properties on this paper. So I like to use it or demonstrate it because it's a good budget option. There we go, and this is HP 32. And if there are any inks that you would like to see me review, just leave a comment, and if I have that ink, or if I can get it, then we'll do a review. Alright, there's how that looks so far. We'll set that aside to dry. And then here is the Tomoe River paper. Get that out of the way. Alright, I'm just going to shake that up. And Tomoe River paper typically, it does a very good job of showing off the different ink properties. Okay, there we go. So I always like to show this one, just in case there's something fun that we get to see. Okay, Tides of Midas, Tomoe River. And if these videos are helpful to you at all, or if you enjoy watching them, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you can see more. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and check on our swatch and see if it's dry. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So here's how this looks. On the copy paper, it performed really well. I don't see any feathering, and there's a beautiful gold shimmer over the top of this blue. So if you're okay with that shimmer, I think this would be a very safe one to use for work and school. It's very pretty, and it looks like a normal blue color. There is a tiny, tiny bit of shading there. Very, very minimal, but that might not be why you want this. If you want it for the shimmer, then this is great for that. Then on the HP 32, because it's a slightly better quality paper, you see a lot more of the shading and the writing there, especially like around here and here and around there. You could see there's a little bit of shading going on, and of course all this beautiful gold shimmer. So again, if you're okay with the shimmer, this would be a good work safe color or school safe because it's a nice blue. and there is a little bit of shading. And then again on the Tomoe River, beautiful shading and beautiful gold shimmer. I noticed that a lot of the shading gets covered up here by the shimmers, but there is still some shading. So this is a really nice color. Very nice blue. And it's kind of unusual with that gold shimmer in there. And then here is the swatch that we made. And you can see this is a really pretty, like oceany blue here, like a really deep ocean blue. And then you've got this, a little bit of shading here around the edges and down here. And I think this might be what's causing the shading. It looks like there's a tiny bit of a sheen maybe. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but there is something there. And then it's got all this gorgeous gold shimmer. And then of course down here in the writing you can see the shading. So it's a really pretty color. I'll leave a link to this if I can find it. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.